If you're watching this video, then you want to know what one of the tankiest builds in all of Armored Core 6 looks like. This build definitely won't help you when it comes to movement speed or maneuverability, but when it comes to survivability, very few builds in the game can stand up to it. I'm going to go through this build really quickly, but I'm also going to leave the share ID on screen for a couple seconds and also in the description just in case anybody wants to go out there and copy and paste it so it can help them S-rank some missions. Feel free to do so. So first things first, let's go ahead and start out with the shoulder cannons. You want to have the Ice Worm cannons equipped on both shoulders. They're definitely one of the most overpowered weapons in the game. They're perfect for stunning, and they definitely help you when it comes to some more of the difficult missions that you experience later in the game when it comes to boss fights. The next two weapons you want to have equipped may surprise a few people, but it's actually the Bad Cook flamethrower guns equipped in both hands. You can get this weapon from the Eliminate Honest Brute. I can't remember if it's in one of the chests in that mission or if it's just a world drop for collecting the combat logs. I'm not 100% sure, but it is absolutely in that mission and is required for this build. When it comes to the armor that you want to have equipped for the helmet and the chest piece, you can kind of do whatever you really want. I like to have one that doesn't stagger as much just because when you're fighting these tougher enemies, they can definitely knock you out pretty good. Obviously for the base, we want the tank just because it's one of the strongest pieces in the game and it can carry all the stuff that we're trying to equip right now. For the arms, I like these arms just because they provide a very good amount of the firearm specialization, which for those of you who don't know, this will actually improve your tracking, which goes without saying is helpful in any scenario. For the assembly, I like to have this one right here just because it has a good, pretty evened out close and middling combat range. And as far as the generator goes, I just like to have this one equipped because it has a very high capacity, allowing you to move around and fly a whole lot longer, but also it provides that coral look, which I just think is really cool. And lastly, I have the pulse armor equipped. This is really good for just survivability in general. It's a good kind of oh shit button that you can press whenever you're really getting pounded down by the enemies. And it's come in handy a few times, especially when it comes to S-ranking these more difficult missions. So previous to using the Bad Cook flamethrowers, I was actually using dual Gatling guns, and I use those in most of my builds. But unfortunately for a few of these missions, such as the Intercept the Redguns mission, there are just way too many enemies and you're going to blaze through all of that ammo. That's where the Bad Cook flamethrowers come in. They have a pretty amazing range, but they also do a really good job of just melting down enemies anywhere in your vicinity. There's a mission you can do in New Game Plus where you actually defend the giant mining rig with the eye on it. And this mission has a bunch of those really annoying whirligig enemies that can run at you really fast from all directions. I was having a very difficult time just locking onto those dudes, but once I equipped these bad boys, I could just melt them the second they came around me. So you pretty much get the idea. I'm not going to ramble on anymore. I'm just going to let the gameplay do the talking. Both of these missions are very difficult, and unfortunately there isn't a specific route that you can follow to guarantee success. It's really just a matter of moving around the enemies, being conservative with your ammo, and just taking down everything as fast as you can. Like I mentioned earlier, if you just want to copy and paste this build, the share ID is down in the description. Hopefully this video has been informative and helpful. If so, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.
Main system activating combat mode.
Commence mission.
Enemy readings. Parachutes incoming.
Attack! Get in there, you maggots!
Looks like August been some clown on a suicide mission. Cute, real cute.
The only clown around here is you, Kennebec. You're talking about the wall climber, the worm killer, the only gun 13 has managed to live this long. Until the Liger Tail deploys, the odds are not in your favor. You better keep the emergency E-check primed.
Second wave incoming.
Yeah. I heard that Merc took down Gun 5 at Kwasu.
Kwasu? Oh yeah, the deserter who pissed his pants and ran.
Oh, but hey, I forgot we still kept you around. Iquasu's worth 100 of you, which means, Albany, the Merc is worth 20 to him. You're doing nothing productive. Why don't you do the math for us?
The answer is 2,000 Albany, sir!
Shut your stingle and start shooting!
Sir, yes, sir!
Third wave incoming, Raven.
Geronimo!
Liger Tail's gonna be good to go soon. Keep the target busy.
Now, come on, sir. You gonna ride out and steal all the credit? You got Plenty of medals already, sir. We want some of the glory, too.
Fine. Whoever takes down Gun 13 gets to take home a Balaam Cobalt medal. They're good, you know. They go real far when you throw them.
All lighter tail checks complete, sir. Don't push the old girl too hard, huh?
Finally! I damn near missed the show, Potomac. Listen up, maggots. This field trip is now a hunting expedition. You can go home now, or follow me if you got a death wish.
Ready to die, sir!
AC Ligertel incoming. It's Gun 1 Michigan.
Go, go, go! Follow Michigan!
Give the lighter tail some cover.
Time to finish the job, 621. Don't let them overwhelm you. Shake off the pressure. Those of you who withdrew, keep your lousy asses low. You're gonna need more training. Put that in your diaries.
Sir, I'm a useless maggot, sir!
If it isn't Osawa, a resident mathematician, go multiply your rifle training and see if you can learn to do something useful.
How can one merc do this alone?
Get us HQ needs your help with the map, Osawa.
At least we can add numbers.
Maggots. Gravy. You can tell this to posterity. Mean old Michigan died of a bad fall.
AC Ligertel destroyed. Gun 1 Michigan down. That leaves the MT to take care of.
You gotta be kidding. Not Michigan.
Must be giving as good as he got. We can still win this!
Fifth wave. Approaching us.
One repair kit remaining.
Balaam MT's destroyed. Can't have anything left to floor us. The Balaam MT force has been destroyed. Mission accomplished.
It's over. Good holding out, 621. Our work here is done.
Main system activating combat mode.
Commence mission. Wait. Someone's already attacking the ship.
What is that thing?
Enemies on the radar. 621. They're coming. No ID. They're not Schneider MTs. Are those sea weapons? Defend yourself, 621. I'm not going to listen to reason. Those are drone weapons made by the Rubicon Research Institute. Did you get them? protect the Strider, but you had a hell of an excuse. I'll look into this. You go home and get some rest, 16.